Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Civilization 5 as Rome. Now I remember establishing the trade route with Beijing, because obviously, yeah, we just did by taking it. And I quite like taking people's capitals, because it means that you now have a trade route to the next city when you take them as well, because they've connected it all up. But that's probably the mean way of looking at it. And I don't like all these troops here. I guess it's in their borders, it's not... I mean, they did swoop round and claim land like this to sort of cut off China. I'm not really going to bother taking that desert with any rush. In fact, I guess I am, because it's only there on the coast that this is going to expand, and there's three two... Yeah, sorry, there's three on that one, but that's going to be taken by Kuala Lumpur. But anyway, no. Getting off topic. As always. Oh, crap, timer. 1 second. You know, I wish I never had the clever idea of using the timer on my computer and I'd gone out and bought like a little egg timer or something. Just so that when I forgot, so it'd like be physically in front of me. At the minute it's actually on a different computer. And it's the computer I use as my TV. And it's dual monitor, and one of them's then got like just a magnifier stretched across it because the timer's really tiny, so I'm having to use like the second TV as a magnifier to see it, and it's still like you've got to look like 90 degrees away from the screen to see it. Anyway, what I didn't remember was Washington and Hiawatha declaring war, and Siam and Hiawatha yeah, I'm just going to say Siam because I can't remember his name. I mean, it's probably not a surprise with all that's been going on, but you know, Siam could take... I think that's Siam. Yeah, Siam could take Great River, which would be leaving America to focus on to the core provinces of the Iroquois. And to be honest, we could build up our military, have, say, 3 siege units here, a couple of infantry units. I would say here the river would get in the way, but, you know, and aim to take another city. And it's the only way we're ever going to connect to ones more in the north, because we've left a huge gap here. I mean, it's going to be expensive. I mean, 1, 2... 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 tiles away. It looks a lot. I guess that's because I took the land. But hopefully that means that this place here has sort of like claimed lots of land to the north. Depending on how well the war goes for them, or if they asked us to join, I might consider it. In the meantime... Oh, but didn't I have a great scientist? In the meantime, I might start moving things sort of towards that way. And we've got a second trebuchet. I think 3 of them in 2 units should be enough to take 1 city. I know I shouldn't be thinking about this. I should be thinking more about getting the happiness sorted, which, as somebody cleverly pointed out, is on production focus. If I would have waited like a few more turns, it'd probably have been built, and I wouldn't have gone over the 10, but... Also, trying to remember, I have an excess of gems now. Diplomatic overview. Does anyone else have an excess luxury resource? Is the map seriously that low on them that nobody has a spare one? I'm going to be reasonably clever and cheat and have a look at what Red Rover told me and see what should be a good price for it. I'll be back in a second. Okay, it seems like when buying them it is best to buy with cash outright for the 30 turns. But I guess that'd have to be with somebody that you trust not to declare war on you. And when... I don't know, if I'm selling them, it's best to get cash straight away because you get more money. when buying them, it's probably best to use gold per turn because you get it a bit cheaper, and obviously you're covered in case of war. But I'll be selling. Elizabeth has a good bit of gold. Just about enough, actually. All Wu's doing is denouncing me. Brilliant. Hiawatha does. And that probably wouldn't be a bad idea because we might go to war with them, but it might piss off the other guys. Actually, I think I'm going to do it for Hiawatha.
Easy.
No, I can't bring myself to trade with bad people. Elizabeth.
Hello again.
Trade. A luxury resource.
Go on.
So I don't have an excess of gems. But in the last episode, somebody asked for my gems. I'm sorry to have bothered you. Goodbye. Okay, maybe I didn't have an excess of gems. I'm gonna have to get them. I remember from when I played before, there was a mod that you could get which put your luxury resources up here as well. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, or maybe it was on here. It told you the number of them that you had. I can't remember. Anyway, obviously we can't do that, so let's continue on. A unit needs orders. There's all this nice new land that needs to be worked, and apparently it all needs trading camps. Although along the river, I personally feel that a farm is usually best. If you come back to Rome, yay, horsies.
สวัสดีเราเชื่อว่านี่เป็นข้อเสนอที่ยุติธรรมสำหรับทั้งสองฝ่ายท่านคิดว่าอย่างไร
See, this is because he's a level behind me. I now know this as well now. And because I know it's for standard, and it's because he's trying to... See, I don't quite understand the logic behind having to give them gold because I'm more advanced. I could understand me getting less benefit from it than him. You know, him getting a bonus to, you know, better. I think it gives you beakers per turn now. But it seems strange to me that I would give him, just randomly give him money. But I think I'm going to accept because I don't think anyone's actually in the same age as
แน่
me.
นอน
Thank you and goodbye. Yes, my people are livid. I'm working on it. Give me chance. Oh, looks like the Chinese may be gone and we'll just have Greeks on our borders soon. And we all beware Greeks bearing an olive surplus. Arab has publicly denounced Russia. England has publicly denounced Russia. England and Songhai have made a public declaration of friendship. Songhai has publicly denounced Russia. I'm glad I'm not Russia. That doesn't look good. Let's see. We're not going to be able to sort of expand that way anymore. You're most likely going to sort of scout out all of that. I wouldn't mind you randomly being on that... Sorry. I wouldn't mind you randomly being on that hill over here. Just because you'll get good vision. And they might have claimed the outside of that land, but I wouldn't mind seeing what is beyond it. But next turn. Being on such good terms, I couldn't notice that you've become friends with England. I have done the same. Perhaps this makeshift alliance will lead to great things in the future. I don't know what accent that was, actually. That was terrible. Germany has denounced Russia. England and America are now friends. The Ottomans have publicly denounced Russia. What has Russia done? Oh, and Aztecs have denounced Songhai. Well, between us and the Greeks, we've pushed the Chinese back to not much. Holy cow. I was moving my troops away. Would it be worth it just to finish off the Chinese at the end of the peace deal to ensure that nobody else does? Well, nobody else being the Greeks, whose military seems a lot bigger than ours. I think we may have won this war with China purely because, you know, the Greeks killed them first. Which unfortunately seems a possibility. A unit needs orders. Issue build me the trading post. And another next turn. And we're getting closer and closer to this being built, which should hopefully put us back on good terms. We are the most literate people, just behind, sorry, on par though with Hiawatha and Katarina. So the world seems to be attacking the ones who are the smartest. We've just seen everyone hates Russia. We've seen at the start of the episode people have declared a war on Hiawatha. So, yeah. Although there's a bit of a peace deal now. The Iroquois have signed a research agreement with the Arabs. America has publicly denounced Russia. Just after declaring peace. Greece and France have signed a research agreement. Damn. And Russia has entered the Renaissance era. The unit needs orders. Is there nothing in this general area that you could do? Are we seriously 100% work? No, there's no... you do nothing for now. I would need the next trebuchet, because as we saw, one just doesn't cut it. But if I got, how many? I have 2 swordmen. If I had 2 swordmen here, 2 trebuchets here, my archers here, sort of ready to swing around. It'd be more than doable. But I'm thinking I'm going to get into too much of the bad stuff. Unit needs orders. For now, garrison. You... see, that's going to just do 1 gold. That's going to do plus 3 food. Yes, plus 3 food. Annoyingly, the Greeks are still in our territory. I know I gave them military access, but I didn't expect them to use it. I didn't want them to use it. I'd prefer them not to. I might as well run a little bit further forward. That is the timer. So, I would like to thank you all for watching. Say goodbye. Goodbye.